Happy Sunday. We got a Byrd. The Gende Conure is in the house. I'd show you, but it probably looked like I'm squeezing him to death or something. Be like, no, stay here. That wouldn't be good. People be like, we should send somebody over to get that Byrd and save it. It's doing very well. Still don't have a name though. Probably because we don't know the sex of it. And I think that's what's holding back my son right now. We need to get it DNA tested. I don't know how quickly that's going to happen, but I'm thinking a name will stick in the coming days. He has talked about Jack. He's talked about Frank. He's talked about JD because it's a Gende, JD Conure. Sunshine, Rainbow, Potato. There's a meme out there that he really, really likes, and I was like, that I get it, I understand that, but so many years down the road, when you say, "Here's my Byrd Potato," people are gonna be like, "It's not a brown lumpy thing. It's colorful, looks joyous." But so he's all over the place. We'll see. We shall see. Books on a Sunday. That's typically what I talk about. Real quick though, NFL. Every Sunday from now until February. Yes. Oh yeah. My daughter wrote that. Love. Books on a Sunday. Real quick. What I came up with, because I have not finished a book. So I'm hoping a book will be done by next Sunday. So I'll be able to talk about that. But I came up with my top 5 books of ones that I would reread or have reread already. First up, I talked about this one early in this. Watership Down, Richard Adams. I'd read this in middle school, or is it considered junior high? I think it was 7th or 8th grade. I was at Skyline, for those Delaware people. And Watership Down was the book that we had to read for a class. And I thoroughly enjoyed it so much that I've already reread it once. I think I read it again in my 20s, maybe my early 30s. I would probably reread this thing again. So I don't know, just being locked into this rabbits group story of how they move along to somewhere else and the battles they go through. It just takes you away, and it was a wonderful story. Watership Down. This book I recently talked about this past week, Principles by Ray Dalio. I also think it's one of my top 5 books that I tabbed up. But again, I cannot remember a book where I just not only wanted to keep going back to and reading, I would just be plowing through it. I was just shocked at how quickly I finished this book, and I learned so much, and I love going back to it and checking my tabs and seeing what I liked before, and rereading it again, I guarantee I'd probably tab it up some more. So, Ray Dalio, Principles. Here's a book I don't think I've talked about. Stephen King, On Writing. This book was gifted to me by Cecil, and he also did that beautiful day to write a book. But Stephen King, he talks about writing in this book, and marvelous. The way he explains his whole process, the way he is writing for his wife, who reads everything that he writes and helps critique him and all this and that. It was great. I read it before I tabbed stuff. This would be one where I would not mind reading it and just knowing I would tab up all over the place, the Stephen King book. I don't like horror. There's nothing, well, he talks about where he got some of his ideas and everything for that, but I'm a big wimp with horror stuff. 4th book, Red. I just talked about this one a couple weeks ago too. Sammy Hagar's biography and autobiography. yes, he's a rocker, but I was fascinated with all the business stuff that he got into. Now, this one, I've already said, too, that I got the audio book of it, and I've listened to the audio book twice. But rereading this, I guarantee that would be one that I would tab up as well. Very, very good book. I think I'm going to pick one of these books to reread next year. That would, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Chuck Klosterman's The Final One. This isn't the book that I would reread. This is one of his latest books. I have now read all the Chuck Klosterman books. And the first one that I read of his, someone borrowed it. They still have it. Maybe if they're watching this video, they're like, oh, geez, I still have it. But the one that I would reread from, where is it, Chuck Klosterman, is Sex, Drugs, and Cocoa Puffs. That book, first story, first page, locked me in. He talked about his disdain towards Coldplay, and I'd locked in with him. I was like, man, here we go. Let's go, buddy. I think he admits, and I admit too, Coldplay's a very good band, but I'm with him. I am so with him, and I was so with him on so many things that he wrote throughout that book. Sex, Drugs, and Cocoa Puffs. Great stuff. So that's the top 5 books that I would reread. We'll see which one I pick for next year. I'll think about that. If I get that Sex, Drugs, and Cocoa Puffs book back, maybe that'll be the one. Okay, real quick, 255 days of morning babble. What? I didn't run yet. It's going to happen on the mill or outside because I bought my family Dunkin', so I got to let it settle. 5K every day will occur, guaranteed. Beginning tomorrow evening, 3-day fast is a-coming. Anything I talk about is at brentevans.net. Reminder, I am doing the 5K run for the St. Jude Walk Run Philadelphia version for Saturday, September 25th. It's virtual, but I'm still all in. I'm on the team XTU to the Max. That has Charlie Max, who you can hear on middays at 92.5 XTU out of Philadelphia. But donations, you can go to brentevans.net, and thank you to everybody who has sent in donations. Quote of the day. Life is rarely about what happened. It's mostly about what we think happened. Chuck Klosterman, Sex, Drugs, and Cocoa Puffs. I need that book back. Otherwise, I gotta buy it. Simple as that. All right, enjoy some football. Enjoy your Sunday. I'll be back at you tomorrow. We all go to work tomorrow. We can all do it. No big deal. So make good choices and make it a good day. See you then.